Pizza Jean. In today's episode of Cooking Genshin Impact Foods by a Noob, we're gonna do invigorating pizza, or as I like to call it, Pizza Jean. Jean's specialty. In Genshin Impact, it's a 3-star recipe. All you gotta do is have mushrooms, flour, cabbage, and cheese. It is indeed a specialty. I don't know why it keeps her going so hard. But we're venturing into a level 2 difficulty. So all the ones we've done before have been level 4 difficulty. So this one shouldn't be too bad. It's just pizza. I've had some history of making pizza before in grade school. Well, I wouldn't say grade school, but middle school and high school. So hopefully it won't be too hard. But who knows? If there's a difficulty in this book, you might as well just crank up to a 10. It's going to be borderline impossible with these instructions. How it is. But yeah, let's get it rolling. Alrighty, so here we go. To get ready to make Pizza Jean. Here's all the ingredients you'll need. Water. Make sure it's lukewarm water or room temperature water. Raclette or raclette or mozzarella cheese. In a rare win, we actually found raclette cheese, which is probably the more traditional way to do it, but here it is. 00 pizza flour. That's a rare wall-stuck one right there. They actually had that in stock. Never would have thought with that. Minced garlic, or half a garlic clove, if you're going really fancy. Yeast. Trust me, you do not need this much yeast. You need like 1/100% of this amount of yeast. The recipe does call for pine nuts. However, I'm allergic to pine nuts, as Artaki Ito is allergic to beans. So I got kale as a replacement. Make some sort of vegan/vegetarian/nut-free pesto. Grated Parmesan. Pizza sauce. Olive oil. Basil. A pinch of sea salt. Button mushrooms. Baby mushrooms. Just mushrooms is fine. As long as it looks like what is in the picture, you're good. And the recipe does not call for this, but green pepper, because, well, the recipe doesn't say green pepper, but does that look like a green bell pepper to you? And the recipe calls for 1 pinch of chili peppers, but that's most certainly, definitely crushed red pepper. So we're adding that to the pile as well. Alrighty, first thing is first. First off, you want to add your 2... Oops, spilling all over the place already. Your 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast into a cup. Well, we have cups. It says a small cup. We'll use the Slim Chicken sponsored faux ball jar looking thing and add that to the mix. Staggummit, this is not working well. Okay, 2 1/4 cups. Teaspoons. 1. 2. Where's a quarter? There's a quarter. I know I had a 1/4 teaspoon in here somewhere. And a 1/4. There's done. 1/3 cup of water. Lukewarm water, room temperature water. Add that to the mix. And stir well. I'd say it's about well enough right there. Now you got your yeast mixed it up. You'll start a timer for it. You want that set for just a measly 5 minutes. Well, you can go ahead and work on other stuff while that's waiting. Okay, now that our yeast has been yeasted, we can add the other stuff to it. We'll add our 1 cup and 1/8 of a cup of our flour. That's about good right there. Maybe a little overheaping scoop of it. Maybe we don't even need a full 1/8 of a cup. Let's just add a little bit into it. Add a little bit more, just add a little bit in, or just eyeball it. Add that to the bowl. I think that's all you need to do for the flour for now. Put that off to the side. Then you'll add Next up, you'll add 1 teaspoon of your 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Add that into your bowl. Set it out to the side, you'll need that later. And you'll add 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. There's 1/2. And there's 1/4 to make 3/4 of a teaspoon. And boom, put that off to the side. You need just a measly amount later. Alrighty, here's where things start to get a little bit dicey. Now this is an electric corded mixer, good old Hamilton Beach. We want to turn on the lowest setting you can for 2 minutes. Actually, you know what? It'd be probably smart to put in the yeast and water mixture too. Yeah, that'd been smart to add in first. Time's up. Now, add your yeast mixture to the pile. Now I say we're good to mix this thing up. Mix it on the lowest setting for 2 minutes. Please don't fly over the place on me. Yeah, something's telling me that's not how this is supposed to look. Looks more like frosted flakes more than anything else. What is that supposed to be? Oh boy, back to the drawing board we go, I guess.
Well, this sucks!
Oy vey, take 2 at this. Oy, oy, oy. Of course, I just spilled yeast all over the place. Maybe it's called nickname of series Cooking for Raiden Shoguns. Maybe I'm the Raiden Shogun, the way how disastrous this is going. Oh well, with my bag of yeast ripped and going everywhere, it's time to put it into a little plastic baggie. And as always, if it's unknown quantity or unknown product, make sure you mark it so you know what's inside of it for later use. Okay, so much for that first part. So there's an alternate instructions that says if you don't have a kitchen mixer, use your hands and try and stir it and mix it up. So we're going to do just that. Just try and knead it, fold it in. It says you want to do it for a good while. I do believe, yeah, 10 to 15 minutes. And, yeah, knead it to a firm bow. Gosh, English. Dough of ball. Let's hope this turns out any better than what it did the first time, because the first one was just not going to work whatsoever. I don't know, if this doesn't work, this recipe might just be a lost cause. This one might just be a big L for the recipe book, because goodness gracious, none of this is forming together. It's looking like frosted flakes more than anything else. Maybe I should have added more water to this? Is that what this is? What I need to do? Add more water? I mean, yeah, it's looking a little bit better. Not perfect. Maybe it just needs more water into it. That's my only guess, because with a kitchen mixer, the flour just got all blown around. There we go, that looks a little bit more like pizza. Goodness gracious. That's a million times better when it looked like the kitchen mixer. Unless the Hamilton Beach kitchen mixer's too cheap, because it is, I wouldn't say the worst of the wall suck special. It's not the wall suck special, but it's like maybe just a step up from the low-end budget one. May have meant by kitchen mixer means the high-end, fancy schmancy KitchenAid $300 mixer. Yeah, that little hand mixer is only 20 bucks at Wallsuck, so gotta keep the budget tight. But there we go. Yeah, that's not feel like Play-Doh. I think it's what it's supposed to be. Been about 5-10 minutes at this point, so we'll keep on doing this for a few more. Make sure we get all the stuff. So more water was the move. Okay. Good to know. Actually, let's try and add a little bit of that. Trying to get every little bit, last ounce of water out of it. Wonder if the yeast potentially absorbed it. There we go, that's a little bit better. There we go, nice solid ball of dough. As God or the Archons intended it. Okay, with that out of the way, we got our dough ball ready. Now we'll glaze with a little bit of olive oil in it and grease it up. Grab you a little piece of paper towel or something, get it nice and greased up. Or something. You don't want it like completely all like submerged in olive oil, just want it greased. Kind of like so, maybe pat it down a little bit, get a little bit. You'll take that, and then you'll put your dough ball in it, and then let the yeast do yeast things. Take a towel, cover, cloth, whatever you desire, cover it, and then set it to about an hour, give or take a few minutes. Now I want to make sure this is good, so we'll set it to... Oop, not 2 hours, dadgummit. Set it to an hour and 5 minutes. That'll be good enough. Give a little bit of leeway time to let the yeast do this thing. And it says to store in a warm, humid part of your house or place. Well, the meteorology major in me says, floor is cold, ceiling is high. Well, pizza dough is going to join Flying Amber and Scared Lumine up here into the skies of Mondstadt, up near some lights. Let's clear out the collection of Indy 500 jugs, Jollibees, and the world's greatest root beer products in it. About right there. That'll work for now. Alright, chop chop. While we're waiting for the yeast to do its thing, it's no time to waste. Let's go ahead and make our pesto thing. So with this, you'll want to add your mixture for the... You want to add your mixture for the pesto. So, let's go ahead and do just that. We'll add our garlic mixture to it. Minced garlic. I know the rule of thumb is 1 teaspoon equals 1 clove of garlic, so this is a half teaspoon. Recipe calls for a half clove of garlic. That should suffice right there. Then you'll add sea salt. It doesn't say how much sea salt, this is a pinch of sea salt, so let's go ahead and just do a little bit of that. That'll suffice right there. Add some basil. Half teaspoon of that right there. Oh, that's great. Parmesan cheese. 2 tablespoons of that. Now for the tough one, 1/4 cup of olive oil. Good gracious, a lot of olive oil. A little bit more than that. There we go, right there, about 1/4 cup of olive oil. And there's where you'll put your pine nuts. However, once again, doing the vegetarian variety of this, so we're gonna add our kale to it. It doesn't say how much kale to use. We're just gonna eyeball it. This is already chopped up enough. I'll just say like a handful should be good enough. Make sure we grind it up real good. Get a good chop up. Probably smithery them. Screw, that's probably good enough right there. And now we mix. And now here's where we run into a predicament. So, it's kind of a double-edged sword with this, add the kale to it. One, you either have to put it in the refrigerator for the next 50 minutes until the pizza rises, and your olive oil gets hard as a rock, and you have to scoop it out. Or B, you let it out in the open, and yeah, let the kale get to a unsafe temperature above the 41-degree temperature mark. But I'd say it's not sitting out here forever. As someone knows a thing or two about food safety, you're good for about 2 to 3 hours until this thing starts getting food unsafe. So I'd say leave it out. But if you want to play on the side of caution, put it in the refrigerator, but you'll have hard, solid olive oil. Now here's going to be a challenge for us. Since we decided to do the more authentic way of it, I guess, and went with the traditional raclette cheese, we're going to find a way to get this thing shredded up into little slices. Good news is, if I can find it, we do have this little cheese slicer or cheese grater. Little Dollar Tree special, back when Dollar Tree was still $1, not $1.25 and up tree. Well, yeah, let's get this thing shredded to as thin as we possibly can. If not, well, I got 46 minutes. That'll be just enough time to get there and back to my local wall suck and grab some old cheapo mozzarella cheese to make it work. It won't be as authentic, but hey, it's better than nothing. Yeah, well, we're kind of working there. It's kind of working out. Not ideal. But yeah, as a safe precaution, we're going to put an extra layer of gloves on, just to provide an extra layer of skin protection between you and the grater itself. Because I'm not going to be responsible, nor do I want to get bloody fingers because of this dadgum cheese grater for doing something stupid like this. Woo! 1 cup of cheese! Yay! The bad news is, we still got a half cup to go. Oh, what a shame. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're going to make 2 cups of cheese. Because that's about perfectly what I have left. How about them apples? This is where the recipe will break in the law. I like me some extra cheesy pizza. Woo! Cheese done. And with no bloody fingers to boot. Woohoo! With 33 minutes to go. Let's get my latest video uploaded. Let's put this in the refrigerator while it's going. Next, next, next. Oh, hey, no copyright issues found. Thank you, Hoyoverse, for not causing a copyright claim on my video. Alright, that's done. Let's go check on our bread. Or our pizza dough. Okay, got a little less than 10 minutes left. I better see this thing be rising. I can't tell, it's a little dark. Yeah, I can't tell if it's risen or not. Well, it better be ready by then. Okay, hour and 5 minutes has been gone a long time ago. This thing better be done. Yes, and it has risen a little bit. Very, very nice. Okay, let's continue on to the next step. Let's go down here. Oh, of course, we put it on the bottom. Alright, next up, you want to go ahead and grab a pizza tray. It's a 16-inch variety. The larger the better. And, because it's brand new, we don't want anything to stick. Let's put a little bit of Wallsuck extra virgin olive oil onto it. Prevent it from sticking. Let's get that done. Okay, and just because it says to sprinkle a little bit of flour onto the pan, we'll go ahead and do just that. Now we gotta just cut the all-purpose flour because, well, it's got a purpose. Let's just sprinkle it on. Now you could do the same thing with cornstarch. I know cornstarch could work, or breadcrumbs, potato starch, Cerero, whatever the heck you want. Let's add that to the pile too. In fact, I remember back in my days when I was on duty to do pizza duty, we did put a little bit of cornstarch on the bottom of our coat for our pan to coat things up. Okay, now here's the kicker. You want to heat this up to... Still going. 400. Nope. Still going. Still going. Okay, thank goodness this oven does go up that high. Preheat your oven to 430 degrees. Now, today while I'm filming this, so now you'll take your dough, and you want to roll this up. Now, I don't have an rolling pan, but one trick I learned from my days making pizzas is that you want to spread it out as much as you can. You want to maybe a little bit of fingers. Go with the edge first, and then slowly but surely start working your way out. It's hard to do with one hand, but I'll show you what it should look like at the end. There we go, like that. Bad news is, well, actually, the picture may be a thin crust pizza, but we're gonna go ahead and make a thin crust pizza because that's what we got. Unless, you know, the dough rises and we get a little bit of extra bonus action to it. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's take a measuring stick. Make sure you have no holes or bubbles popping through. So let's seal that clump up real quick. Other than that, not bad work for pizza from scratch. Hey, you know what? We'll take that. It's a foot-long pizza, which, in the grand scheme of things, and at least here in America terms, a 1 foot long pizza, or 12-inch pizza, will equivalent to about, roughly a medium-sized pizza, which that can cost you a good $5-10, or $10 minimum for something specialty like that. Also, don't try this at home. Don't put a construction tape measure on your pizza plate, for God's sakes. Alright, here goes nothing. Alright, so we're still waiting for the oven to preheat. We're gonna add a 1/2 cup. Gosh darn it, I can open it. Of pizza sauce on it. Dump it straight on there, no more, no less. Although a little bit more, couldn't hurt for a little bit more. And spread your sauce around evenly as you possibly can. Not too shabby. And if your diet allows it and if you want to, this is a pretty plain Jane type of pizza sauce. Add some sprinkles of Italian seasoning onto it, just to give it just a wee little bit of flavor to it. Once again, it's completely optional. This is just my preference. But yeah, like that. Next, add, and most importantly, wash your mushrooms, dadgummit. Thankfully, these are already cut up for us, so that's half the work done. Save us as much time as humanly possible. There we go. That's actually quite a lot of mushrooms right there. And save your best examples for later, because you want to make it look like a picture on top. Nextly, sprinkle on your cheese. I'm not going to do this one-handed once again. Also, in the time of making this, the oven's finally ready to preheat. I saw something burning in there, and nothing's in the oven yet already. That's not a good sign. There we go. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh, into the oven we go! Alright, I didn't burn myself that time. Make sure you use the oven mitt the next time. Alright, 15 minutes. Let's turn that oven light on to keep its progress going, because I don't know how it's going to turn out. Alrighty, there's your peppers cut up. Now you don't need a lot of these, just need a little bit of these. But I didn't go into detail because if you watch the Rockin' Riffin' Chicken video, you cut it up the same way. So, if you want a little bit extra veggies to it, for your Rockin' Riffin' chicken, might as well save that and cook it and put it to your pile if you had that already made. Pizza Jean! Pizza Jean! Okay, with the funny bit over with, let's pour a little bit of this pesto onto it, since I got the picture of it already. Get a little bit sprinkled all over the place. Preferably would have wanted this on top of the, or underneath the sauce. But oh well. Okay, I went ahead and put the pizza back in for just a little bit with the oven turned off. Because nothing I don't like more than cold toppings on a warm, hot, spicy pizza. Also, can hear the AC starting to kick on in the background, so that's great. My electric bill's gonna be woof through the roof. Anyway, well, fillet knife it is, because, yeah, didn't end up going to the store grabbing a pizza cutter knife. So, yeah, let's cut this up into 6 pieces. Oh, magnificent. Say, not a bad cutting job with a little fillet knife, if I do say so myself. Looking beautiful. Okay, Pizza Jean. Oh, it slides off the plate, that's cool. Also, shout out to my brand new Al Hatham shirt I got. Very nice, thank you Hot Topic for bringing Genshin Impact merch to the US. Much, much appreciated. Oh, you can only see half my face, that's cool. Alright, a can of a fake Sprite 7-Up. Alright, here goes nuttin'. That tastes good. The sauce on the inside of it's really, really thick. Ooh. Okay, the crust. Yeah. much less to be desired. Oh, it tastes almost metallic. Almost because I burnt it, but let's take the bottom of it out. Ah, no, it's not really burnt. Yeah, I did burn it somewhat. That pizza crust almost tastes like it's stale, almost. Despite it being fresh. It's not a great texture. Regardless of that, everything else tastes fantastic. The cheese, pesto. I like mushrooms on pizza, so that's only a boon for it for me. But yeah, I believe this is something Jean would make and eat regularly. Not gonna get a good pull. Not gonna get a good cheese pull at all of that. Oh, and my dessert's done. Hold up for a second. Oh yeah, dessert's done. Cookies are done! Alright. Well, I will say, it turned out alright for a level 2 recipe that's supposed to have harder difficulty. I guess making pizza dough from scratch is just really difficult, as it is. But yeah. I'd say it's pretty well executed. Tastes pretty good. It's also vegetarian. So another meat-free, another one to add to the vegetarian column. Is it as good? What's it going to put in the power rankings? Well, it's definitely better than the nutritious meal number 953. That one's just bland all around. This one's at least got some sort of savory flavor to it. So yeah, Not as good as Rockin' Riff and Chicken. Rockin' Riff and Chicken's goated. Oh yeah, mean respect. Mean respect for Jean for making it. She was my first healer in Genshin Impact. Well, first 5-star healer in Genshin Impact that I got. And she makes a good pizza. Solid runner-up spot in the power rankings. But then again, this may be the European style of pizza. I'm used to the crappy fast food American style pizza. Alright, see you around.